As every year except during the pandemic interlude, some volunteers went to Hisani in summer to provide their services and survey site conditions, to detect old and new needs, and bring the solidarity of our association's supporters. The boys are fine and the general conditions, despite the low rainfall and unreliable water and electricity services, are not such as to create a state of real emergency. There are, however, some critical issues characterizing 2024 as a year carrying some serious challenges. There are 3 chapters that will drain time and resources, whose presidium will involve an economic effort for which special commitment will be needed. The first concerns the maintenance of the orphanage buildings, particularly the roof of the women's dormitory, which allows rainwater to seep in, as became clear when the rainy season began recently. In a place located almost at the equator, the environmental conditions are such that materials are subjected to severe stress tests, and the dormitory is among the oldest structures in the complex, along with the bathrooms and the classroom, which are also in need of maintenance work. The second critical issue lies in the rather large and growing number of young guests with some kind of physical or mental disability, whose care far exceeds the professional skills and scope for intervention of the orphanage staff, already overloaded by ordinary daily tasks.
Ma questa bimba si chiama?
Gloria.
Gloria.
Gloria fa dei sorrisoni bellissimi.
Sì, è vero.
Gloria.
Sta imparando la lingua dei segni?
Ci sto provando, ma in realtà capisco poco. Però ho capito che lei voleva sapere il vostro nome,
Sì.
e voleva che vi dicevo che lei si chiama Happy.
Happy?
Happy.
Nice to meet you, Happy.
Così vuol dire come stai.
Ah, ok.
Che cosa? La lingua dei segni. Come stai? E lei ti risponde allo stesso modo per dirti bene. Perché è previsto solo risposta bene, non come sempre bene. Sai come si chiama lui?
Black è un bambino serissimo. Molto molto serio.
None of them suffer from hunger or are neglected, but the facility does not currently allow for a differentiated approach that can handle their specific problems. That is why the possibility of converting a currently unused space of the housing compound near the orphanage to create a facility dedicated to carrying out specific rehabilitation pathways, with the collaboration of competent personnel to provide the most appropriate support, has become apparent. The effort will be burdensome, and in fact we are seeking the support of foundations or charities that would be willing to provide financial support. We are confident that this can happen, as we have already been able to detect some permanent damage in some children due to the inability to provide adequate support. The third chapter is the very heart of our commitment, represented by the scholarship program, the intervention that most represents Filippo's thinking and gives our work a strategic value, whose implications go far beyond the here and now, the possibility for very disadvantaged young people to redeem themselves and become a growth factor for themselves, for the facility in which they grew up, and in general for their community at large. To demonstrate and verify the validity of the project, we interviewed some former Hisani's guests, now young adults who, thanks to sponsorship from our supporters, were able to attend secondary school. In particular, we interviewed 5 of them, who have attended or are still attending the university, thanks to achievement of state scholarships, or by paying their tuition with savings from the work they were able to carry out after graduation, or thanks to contributions from ad personam sponsors. We have produced a small excerpt of the interviews. Listen to them. It was worthwhile having created that project. Filippo's memory is leaving positive and lasting consequences.
First of all, I would like you to introduce yourself, because I know you very well, but people who will see our video don't know you. So, Leonia, introduce yourself, name, age, say something of you.
My name is Leonia Daudi Makoye. I am one among the exam kids. I am 24 years old now.
Okay, that's okay. And you?
Okay. My name is Anita Peter. I'm a mom of children from Hisani, and my age is 25.
25. Okay, and tell me now what you are doing. At the moment we are not at Hisani Orphanage. We are making this interview in the compound near to Hisani. But you are no more students of Hisani Orphanage. What are you doing now?
Okay. Currently, I'm working in an organization called, it deals with supplying of underground and mining materials. The company is located in Mwanza.
And you?
Okay, thank you. Me, I'm working from the same company as Leonia, and I'm working as an laboratory technician.
My name is Erickson Josephat. I'll be making it 28 this year, December. And I actually been in Hisani long way since I was a kid. And recently, last year, I was enrolled as an advocate, meaning that I'm a lawyer now. So it was December last year. I made it to be admitted as a lawyer in Tanzania, practicing in Tanzania. And now, since I'm very junior, actually being a lawyer counts with numbers. And now I have almost maybe 7 to 8 months since I began my practice. And so I'm still a junior. So I've been retained by one of the companies in Mwanza.
My name is Paul Blyson Kanyambo. I'm 26 years old, and currently I'm at university doing my medical medicine, clinical medicine, yeah, at Uganda.
My name is Edgar Martin. I'm 24 years old. I'm first year student at the Catholic University of Western High Science, which is known as Buganda School of Medicine. Yeah, I'm taking doctor of medicine.
How old were you when you came to Hisani? Do you remember?
I was 6 years old.
6 years. And you, Anita?
For me, I was 9 years old.
9 years old.
I can relate maybe to maybe I was then maybe 6, 5.
5 years old.
Yeah, I was 6, 5
Yes.
back then.
Okay.
So I was a bit young.
Yes, really.
Actually, it's not simple to remember because I think I was like 8, 6 there. But I was already at Hisani.
Honestly, I was not too good. I was, street is very tough. I was very malnourished there. So I'm not remember most of the thing because I came in, I was sick, I was young.
But when you arrived at Hisani Orphanage, did you expect to attend high school and even go to university?
I didn't expect because most of the orphanage here in Tanzania, when a student they don't go to school. Yeah. And if they go, they just drop out. So I didn't expect much. When I arrived and I saw my big brothers go to school, high school, I wonder. I thought I am lucky to be at Hisani because I thought I'm coming here to Hisani, but I didn't expect much. Going to school, to university, find good guidance like Mr. Feldy, good caring. So I was very happy. I was very, very happy.
Did you have difficulties at school in the beginning or even later? And which kind of difficulty and how you succeed in to overcome these difficulties?
Yeah, the difficulties I had them, of course, mostly English.
The use of English.
The use of English.
Because in the secondary classes
we used Swahili. Yes. So when we are introduced to English studies, most of the vocabularies were hard for the first time, and most exams came in English, difficult vocabularies. So at the first time it was so hard. Later we adapted now at least.
Yes. And now are you satisfied of the school path you have taken?
Yeah, I'm satisfied, but I'm still at my journey, so I'm satisfied. Even at here, I'm very grateful. They say when you come from nothing, every step forward, it's a win.
Yes.
Yeah. So I'm satisfied.
Okay. And so I think that for you education was very important. Can you tell us why it's so important education, especially here in your country?
I always categorize education into two parts. There's education which we get from our parents or our guardians, and there's education which we get from school. This education which we obtain from our parents or our guardians, for me it's our guardians. It's education which is based on life experience. They've experienced not the guardians, so that just show us the way. So I will stick with the education of the school, which I know what we need. The education from school. The education from the school is very important. In Tanzania, without education, nowadays you are nothing. In 19th years, so some of them they were not going to school, but they got a job. But nowadays, education is very important. No education, life. Most of the school here in Tanzania, they have a motto, a school motto that says education is a key for life.
Yes.
Education is the key of life. Means the key can open every door, you know?
Yes.
So education can open every door of success. So without education, it's nothing.
Yes.
So just why I always tell my young brothers and sisters how education is important, because I've experienced a little bit. So I'm still in the journey, but I've much experience than them. So I always tell them how education is important. And my holidays, all my holidays, I am their teacher. I teach them from Form 1 to Form 4 some subjects if they need help, like tuition. I know they need help, so I just teach them. Everyone once I teach them, or he or she, it is from Form 1 to Form 4. Yeah, all
That's
subjects.
really good thing.
Actually, at the recent time, the large number of people within most of the countries constant in Tanzania are the teenagers, we teenagers.
Yeah.
So education is constant most of them, very critical, something very important, because it depends on how your education, where you are educated.
Yes.
In most of the local schools, actually perceive it to be of low level of education. Because schools differ because they give out different. For example, we have schools that teach us everything about books. We have schools teach us everything about books as well as society. And we have schools that teach us school, society, and dependence. How independent am I going to be in the future? For example, those schools are the ones that teach you vocation. Apart from education, maybe you should know how to drive, maybe you should know how to farm, maybe you should know how to do something extra from work.
You mean vocational specialization?
No, not just specialization, but some schools differ. So they differ because in the normal schools, the local teachers teach you only the books. But in the better schools, they teach you how to survive for the future.
This means that you learned an important lesson from your life. That without a little help from outside, it's difficult. You can wish to reach a goal, but if you have someone near you which help also motivating you, like you do with younger brother and sister, the path is easier. So it's important. And they saw your examples, what they could reach following your teaching. So it's very important. Yes. Hadn't you had the opportunity to study? What would you think you would have done in your life?
Maybe there's two parts. Maybe I can be a farmer or use my own talent. Like I know I'm a good football player and I'm a dancer too. Maybe all doing pet business like street vendors. Yeah. Oh, maybe honestly, to be honest, maybe I could have died because many of street children are dying because of malnutrition, diseases or violence, because there's no one to protect him. So most of them are dying at a very young age. So to be honest, maybe I could have died without of you.
Who knows? Yeah.
My side, no education, no learning, which you see here. So education is my everything, because of the kind of education and the levels of education that I've been going through, I've been able to learn more and more and more and more. I can see my fellow friends, my fellow colleagues who have no education. They have ended up doing small business, which cannot even sometimes sustain their living. So to me, education is everything, everything. So yeah, that's why I also need to go more and more.
I don't think if I could make it any step forward because I can see the nature of the society now. Things have been changing. No education, nothing you gain apart from being maybe a local worker, a local laborer to survive maybe for meals and food. That could be the toughest, I think, could be actually the toughest life ever.
Oh,
Yes.
I see.
Because I also see it from the society. And I always feel lucky for that because things maybe will be different from now. I could maybe today I could have no clothes to wear, I could be shabby, dating because as per the nature of the jobs that
Of course. Difficult to build a family, to have a house
exactly.
on our own and so.
To have meals too, because though now we work but we are able maybe to deliver something to eat and but by the nature of without education you could only be based on being a laborer, carrying up heavyweight packages, receiving less. Yes.
Low level jobs.
Low level jobs.
No more.
No more.
Just to survive.
Yeah, because with low education, nothing. I mean, having grade 7, maybe if the good hand is on your side, having a good plan of business, maybe that's the best.
Yeah.
Maybe it could be somewhere in the mines, maybe good having a lot, but that's also another type of way.
Yes,
But things could be very tough.
And what do you think of the general situation in Tanzania regarding education, level on education? Because you know that statistics say that not all the children get the primary school, not all the children finish their primary course, and only 30% go to secondary school. And at university is attended only by 3%, which is a very, 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 very low percentage. What do you think about this?
Yeah, I think it's not a good idea, maybe not a good strategy for the government. I don't know if the government is working upon it, but maybe if God blesses us, we become leaders, maybe tomorrow we may change the situation because the situation is somewhat worse. If you find that 30% of people attending school, it means it's 70% of the people who are not going to school.
Yes.
That's why even if you move to the town, you find a lot of street children. Yeah. So it means there are a lot of children who are not attending primary. So if they don't attend primary, it means they are going to be street children. And out of the street children, there we find robbers, some of them are going to be kidnapped, a lot of behavior which are not good. So if the government, that's why I think the government is trying hard. That's why sometimes they graft them, they put them to the orphanages. Yeah, for those. So, but it's not doing a lot, not yet. A lot of work should be done, maybe. So that is the impact of not putting a lot of effort of children going to school.
Yes.
Yeah, but even some of them, they may start primary school, maybe O level, but they don't complete going to the university.
Yes, they abandon school. Okay. Well, the interview is finished.
Yes.
If you want to add something else, if I didn't touch all the topics, the subjects, and you want to add something else, you are free.
Oh, yeah. Charming. So, you see, I personally, with my fellows, we never had a chance of Thanksgiving to you guys and families in Italy, Margherita too. But I would like to express personally that we are forever grateful. very, very much. Because you see, making me forward today, you never changed only me. You changed the number behind me, maybe 1 million, 2 million, maybe tomorrow will be 5 million, who knows tomorrow. But the biggest impact that you made, nobody can really praise it. You know, Fred will always be Fred. Yes, because you came after Fred, but he always had his chance. God bless him very much. But you also had a very much impact on us. Something we cannot repay.
And we thank you,
Yes.
you guys and girls who reached this fantastic results. We are very proud of you. I must add that we share with Fred the same thought, that education can really change not one's life,
Yes.
life of people who is around us. So we can give something more to society where we live, the community. That's the most important thing.
Thank you.